do a quick brief of what took place yesterday, but for the folks that have been joining us over the past little while, I want to know what's a takeaway that you've gotten from us thus far. If this is your first time joining us, we say welcome. And then, yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing some feedback from everybody about their experience thus far. And if you're new, what are you hoping to learn today as we're talking about benefits and features? So, Bernadette, I'll turn it over to you first, and then subsequently, Ryan and Anne, I can go to you last. I don't think I've seen your name. Maybe I have not seen everybody on Zoom. So, Anne, you might have been here and I probably just missed you, but welcome as well. Bernadette, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Chris Beth. I was listening, but I forgot what was the question. What about my
Your
benefits for
takeaway
today?
thus far.
Oh, the takeaway is, a small business week, everything that you're teaching us is, making me realize how I need to really critique my business closer and put more time into it. So, and going down to the niche market, which is what I'm working on, the entrepreneurship part of it is really good, and going through all the different steps that you're taking us through.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay. Thank
Um,
you.
yes, Ryan.
Good to see everyone. It's been refreshing getting to really just fine tune areas of my business. And of course, we're all in it and busy doing it, but then we usually don't take time for strategy. So the refreshing of like the core values of a company, the mission and vision, and then what is the big idea. And then yesterday we were talking about our target market. So we put all of this messaging together, and then it's like, who is this message and who is this business for is so important because it'll help with our marketing strategy later on. But a lot of times, us as business owners, we just get the idea and then start to shoot and execute. So, what do they say? Fire, ready, aim kind of stuff. So, the aiming part definitely helps if you actually want to hit the target. So, yeah, it's been a great refresher and it's helped me clear up a lot of what we want to say to our target market. And even yesterday, going through the exercise of who are we actually trying to target to, and then telling our team, hey, this is what they look like. Let's go find them. And it's helped a lot with our LinkedIn strategy. So it's been good.
Hey, that's awesome. And Anne, welcome. Have you been here? I probably haven't seen your name. What,
Hi.
how are you and what are you hoping to, if you haven't been here thus far, today is day 6 of 24. So super excited about what's been happening. And then, yeah, if you have, you saw the topic today, what are you hoping to get out of the topic for today?
So I have been here. Ryan's in my network, Black Consortium. So I'm the CEO. So my business is all things legal information. I have bachelor's in law. Been running my business for many years. And like Ryan said, a refresher is always good. Always good to know to get that clear perspective. Always good to work on strategy in terms of our business. My market is self-represented persons. And the thing is, the piece when I jumped in yesterday, I'm multitasking every time I jump in. So the piece yesterday that hits the big button is where do you find once you determine like what your market is, it's like where do we find these people? Where are we going to find these people? And I think once entrepreneurs identify their markets, now the thing is they have to figure out where are we going to look for their people to buy to present, to sell to, whatever it is that they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And that's not always as easy as one, two, three. Great if they're on LinkedIn because I'm on LinkedIn. That's a great place to shop around for stuff. So that was one of the piece. Just hone in on where to find new persons that are self-represented um, for my market. Yeah, the Great Refresher. It's a good thing that you guys are doing. I find that it'll give new entrepreneurs clearer perspectives when they're doing their business, and also fine tuning their business. So yeah, it's good so far, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to the conversation today.
Hey,
Thank you.
wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing and being able to give that level of feedback as well. I honestly believe if you've been and yeah, we've had majority of people that showed up has been seasoned business owners, and it is beautiful to know where we've come from. I think really I can't remember if it was Ryan or Bernadette that said it, but oftentimes we're just in the grind, right? And
Yeah.
this time is really for us to work on our business so that we could remember the why, so all of the foundational pieces, but also do that evaluation about where do we go next, right? And how
Yep.
are we going to go to the next place? So, for example, if you're
Absolutely.
saying, I have customers, my business has grown over the years, all of this stuff, that target market, and we'll definitely work to put everything together towards the end, as you will see. But it's all layered, right? Because if you're talking to customers, if you know where they are, if and today is really important for this as well. We're going to be talking about messaging a little, but it's important to know that we have to be in alignment with what is happening with the market, right? And that market research, Ryan, I don't know if you shared tools like Perplexity and others that can help you know more insights about the customers, but it is the key to everything. If we don't have customers, we do not have a solid business in that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. So thank you everybody for sharing what we have what we've covered thus far. So as Ryan said, we started out with our values, knowing and understanding our core values, which, my friends, is very important, right? It is the guiding principles that we need in order to move the dial for our businesses. We went on to the mission, vision, the big idea. So yes, most of us, and I shared this on that day, we have we're oftentimes multi-passionate entrepreneurs, so we might be selling many things, but the truth is, if the one thing that we're selling doesn't have that pipeline, that core focus, that core messaging, that core key client, all of those things, and we're trying to sell other things, it is a diluting of our energy and effort and time, right? So we really want to structure ourselves in a way that it is sustainable growth. My business coach said to me when I first started working with her, Chrisbeth, any one of these businesses is $1 million business, right? But the thing is, the problem is you're stretching yourself too thin, right? And so the goal as we begin doing this work together is to help us refine who we are, what we're doing in order so that we can move in the right direction. So I'm gonna just pull up my screen. Let me know when you can see it. I'm just gonna make it big first. Present. The clicker is here. Sorry, sometimes when you have multiple things open, everything's kind of slow. Let me. Ryan or Richie, can you enable me sharing capabilities?
Yeah, one sec. Nope, it's already enabled. It's not
Richie
letting you.
just did it. Richie just did it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Beat you to it. Awesome. Okay, so I believe everybody should still be able to hear me. 1 second.
Yep, your audio's coming through. Okay.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So today we're going to be talking about benefits and features and benefits. I say features first because features are oftentimes the tangible benefits, sometimes not so tangible. But we're super excited as we did a little bit of a recap. Today is day 6 of 24. We're excited to be going through these business fundamentals to be able to help you evaluate what you're doing currently, to be able to strengthen it as well, see areas for gaps, for opportunities, all of these things to fill that, and being able to move your business along as well. So here, my clicker. We just want to start. It's good. Yeah, it was on the wrong screen. We just want to start with a land acknowledgement, paying tribute to the indigenous people that have stored these lands for thousands, many years before we knew Canada as it is today. And so those that have been here before us, those that are currently here, and those that are to come, understanding that throughout all of Canada, Indigenous people still to this day are making a positive contribution to the Canadian economy, the Canadian, environment as well. So I'm really grateful for the work that is being done. A little bit about Empowered Facts. We are a non-profit. We're I was going to say non-profit, but we are an organization supporting entrepreneurs. We've worked with nonprofit organizations as well, but business owners in particular who are looking to structure their businesses in a sustainable way. As a business coach and marketing strategist, being able to give guidance in terms of that right foundation. And we're so blessed. It is, Small Business Month, the month of October here in Canada, whereby we are going to be embarking on over the next 24 days. So today is day 6 of 24, talking about the foundational principles. And it's very much in alignment to the mission and vision, as you could read on the screen here. We are about making entrepreneurship possible for individuals. I like to say I don't have all of the answers, but I'm on mission to be able to build my own capacity so that I can share it with the community that I serve. And I am also proud to say that the work that we do couldn't be done if it was not for my team, and really looking at other organizations and businesses around. Your team truly matters, right? And we went through these initial stages of the business development, the values, the mission, and the vision. And it is our responsibilities as leaders to not only embody these elements of our business, but to also impart it to our teams, right? So that buy-in is really important. So whatever you're doing, I always encourage entrepreneurs in this economy to just not be thinking about the dollars and cents. The money that we get from our businesses is a byproduct of the service that we do. So my encouragement is, what else can your business do if money was not just the end of it, right? And so really here at Empowered Facts, we do take a social impact approach, looking at, for example, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And 3 of these goals are things that we're actively having conversation about to tackle real world problems, right? You can see here, there's industry and innovation and infrastructure, reducing inequalities that exist, and really, as I said, the team, the partnerships, we could not do what we're doing, and really leveraging those elements there. So a little bit about myself. I do see myself as a serial social entrepreneur. As I shared earlier, my business coach calls me multi-passionate, right? Maybe it's the, needing to just stay busy. But I do love the work that I do. It is very fulfilling. And all of these companies or entities that you see represented on the screen all are touching entrepreneurs in some way possible. I truly believe entrepreneurship is one of the most creative people. We are one of the most creative people on the planet, because we get to bring things alive, from going from being visionaries to, thinking about it to creating it. It is almost like magic. And since I've been from the age of 16, I have been, my personal mantra has been living a life that is making a positive difference locally and internationally. And I get to do that with all that I do. So just to go over a little bit about what we'll be covering today, really talking about benefits and features. Again, these are foundational principles and entities that we should know in our business, right? But I'm also guilty. Oftentimes I'm talking about the feature of the thing versus the benefit of the thing. So hopefully, as you're listening in and here today or later on, I want you to go through this exercise with us, right? It's about evaluating where you are, making some changes, and being able to move the dial in that way. So today, the hope is that you'll be able to define what a feature and a benefit are and why customers buy the latter, right? So why customers buy benefits. Explain why feature-based messaging fail to connect with buyers. Describe how emotional and rational appeals work together in the purchasing decision. We know, and we'll dive into that a little bit. I don't know when was the last time you bought something based on emotions, but sometimes you have those buyer's remorse setting in after the fact, and then really understanding the purpose and the structure of the feature benefit conversion grid, and we'll spend some time on that later on. So my first question to everyone that is here is, in your opinion, as I go back one, what's the difference between a feature and what's the difference between a benefit? So I know there's a couple of you online with us today. So not to call any names, I know you might be doing some stuff in the background, but yes, what's the difference between a feature and a benefit? Anyone? Ryan, I'll pick on you.
Sure, I don't mind. When I think of features, it's kind of like the things, the specifications of something, like a TV. The feature would be its LED, its color, its I don't know, low energy output. And then, but the benefit is it gives you something to do in the night when you're trying to relax and turn off your brain and just laugh or cry.
Hey,
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, and that's a good example too. I love it. Anyone else? Benefit, feature, and I don't know if you're able to unmute.
Yeah, I was gonna go next. Yeah, one of our features is we're 24/7 open. We will help when you think there is no help. When you come to us, we're definitely going to help you. The benefit to that is we're right in your pocket. Whatever you need support in on, because I'm all things legal information, and legal happens any time of the day or night. Someone could be in need of help. So we're right in your pocket. We're a best friend to have when things are chaotic and hard. We'll make sure you have a soft landing. That's kind of our principle.
Hey, I like it. Thank you so much for sharing. Bernadette, how about yourself? I don't know if she step away or is it her auto AI? Okay, so I think it might just be her AI in the room. The joys of 2025, right? Your AI, she's here. Hey, Bernadette, are you here? On my screen, I'm just seeing an AI. Anyways, I'll keep going. So where we're gonna start, and Bernadette, I'll start with you next for my next example. So understanding the value, the foundation of communication. As one of my earlier bullets said, the main reason why products, and and you're thinking about, okay, where's my next customer? Where am I going? Sometimes we show up in spaces and we just talk about the features. And the features are boring to the person, especially when we think about tech companies. Oftentimes it can do this, it can do that, and people are like, wah, no thank you, give me something more, right? And so here you can see, as both of you shared, the features is tied to the characteristic of a product and or service, right? What the product or service does, the color, the function, the size, all of those things, the factual or technical aspects of the product, right? Of service in that way. Features matter to the business. So we care about the features because when we're designing, we're saying, you know what, mine's going to be different from the competitor based on these factors, right? So it might have a different, somebody down the road is selling green, you're selling yellow, all right? So that may be a distinctive factor for you in that way. And the features are also important to us as business owners. So it's not to get rid of features or all of those things, because when you're talking to your team, let's say it's a more technical clientele, you are wanting folks to, know the intricacies, right? Which is important, but it matters to you, not the customer so much, right? And they enable the benefits, right? So the features exist as I like your example, and you have 24 service access, so you could have peace of mind, right? Like that's kind of where people are saying, hey, I want to be able to know at any point in time when I have a legal challenge or need, I have an in my pocket, back pocket or front pocket, whichever pocket, or chest pocket, whichever pocket, the N is there ready to help, right? So features appeal oftentimes to logic, and they are what the business is proud of. As I said, as the business owner, you're like, man, check out this design. Look at all of this stuff, right? I'm really excited about that. One of the things that I would say is order of priorities. As business owners, it is important for us, as I mentioned. However, what's important to the customer is not the feature. They care that they can access it now. You saying 24/7 may resonate differently. What does 24/7 translate in terms of the value, right? The value is where we want to be landing at. So when it comes to benefits, the value or positive outcome of those features created for the customer, right? Really looking at where the customer is at and how we can best speak to the value in this way. So what features does for the customer, right? So here it is. When we're talking about the feature, we want to lean into what is it going to do, right? So is it going to help them save time? Is it helping them save money, build confidence, gain peace of mind? What is it, right? And so each of your companies, and we'll spend a little bit of time thinking about these things in greater depth. But yes, we want to know the outcome, right? The result or delivered value. And we talked a little bit about that. Customers buy benefits, not features, which is really important. And then benefits appeals to the customer's emotions, needs, and they are what customers actually buy. And so example, and I think we've gotten a couple of examples thus far on this call. So for example, the feature is noise cancellation technology. However, the benefit is so that you can focus anywhere without distractions, right? Which is really important. So I'm just going to pause for a quick second and see if there's any questions or comments or additional thoughts on this this slide here.
Yeah, are we so when we're trying to talk about our features and benefits, where on the website should this live? Like, are we supposed to make mention of the features somehow, or only just talk to the benefits, or is it like a mix?
Yeah, a great question, Ryan. And so ideally, you want to lead with benefits, right? So sometimes people want to know, and I'm sure you've probably have those customers where they're like, tell me exactly what you're going to do, right? And it's like, not everybody buys that way. Or maybe that conversation comes later down in the buying decision. But for me, the recommendation is speaking to the intrinsic value oftentimes that people are going to get, right? Hey, for detailing nights, for example, an intrinsic value could be healthy family, healthy kids, right? They're not thinking about that. They may not be thinking about that right away. But if you're able to say, hey, with your features, we disinfect. We have a disinfectant, right? All of these things. But what is the outcome of that? By disinfecting, so you could speak to it, by disinfecting, you now have the ability to breathe in clean air, be healthier in your environment in that way, right? So I hope that helps, but definitely you want to lead with the benefits. You can talk about the features, but in a strategic way, if I could put it like that. Awesome. So I have a quiz for you all. So everyone needs to participate in some way, shape, or form. The group here is pretty small and intimate. So my first one is you have to identify, is it a feature or benefit? A coffee shop, and you tell me whether or not A or B is the feature and the benefit, right? So we'll go either which one. So the first one, coffee shop, A, by saying locally roasted organic beans, is that a feature or a benefit? Is it a feature or benefit?
Benefit.
Benefit, okay. Okay. Ryan, do you agree?
Feature.
Who said we have someone else? Feature. Okay, so
Brenda, feature for me.
So that's Brenda, thank you. So the alternative, so B, I'll read B, healthier and better tasting coffee that supports local farmers. Is that a feature or a benefit?
Interesting. It first sounds like a feature to me.
Okay.
I think it's a benefit. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, so do we have a consensus that A is the feature or the benefit?
What was A again?
Locally roasted organic beans.
Yeah, that sounds like a feature.
Okay.
B is a benefit.
Okay, so the correct answer is A is the feature and B is the benefit. So a marketing consultant,
Oh.
get personalized guidance to help you attract more clients. B, one-on-one strategy sessions. Which is the feature? Which one is the benefit? A, is it A feature or benefit?
Can I jump in?
Anyone? Yes, please, Yvonne.
I think A is the sorry. I think A is the feature, and B is the other way. A is the benefit and B is the feature.
Okay, I like it. Anyone else for the marketing consultant?
I was gonna ask you to repeat that because I didn't hear the whole thing before I
sorry.
decide.
Yeah, I can repeat it. So for the marketing consulting, A is get personalized guidance that helps you attract more clients, and B is the one-on-one strategy sessions.
one-on-one is definitely a benefit, and then the other one for the other one.
Okay, okay. Anybody else?
See, they both sound like features to me. Those are like things that you get with our service.
Okay, okay. Okay. Before I reveal the answers, we'll go to the next one. Cleaning service. So Ryan, this is up in your alley. Eco-friendly cleaning products. And B is keep your home spotless without harsh chemicals, safe for kids and pets. A or B, which one is the feature? Which one is the benefit?
A
okay.
sounds like a feature.
Yeah,
Okay.
A is the feature. I agree.
Hmm.
And B is the benefit.
B is the
Any other
benefit.
consensus opposing? Yes?
Yes, I'll follow Bernadette. That sounds right to me too.
Okay. Fitness studio, small class sizes, or B, get personal attention to reach your fitness goal faster.
B is the feature, A is the benefit.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm going to have to hear that one again. I go with everybody on the last one, and repeat this one again, please.
Fitness. Okay, for the last one. So fitness studio. A, small class sizes. B, get personal attention to reach your fitness goals faster.
Benefit is the last one, and then the answer to the first one.
Okay, feature. Okay, so thank
I
you,
agree.
everybody. And was there anyone else? Okay. Thank you for participating. So for the marketing consultant one, the benefit was A, so get personalized guidance to help you attract more clients. And why that's the benefit? Because it alludes to the end result, right? The outcome. So what is in it for someone if they have one-on-one strategy? So therefore B is the feature. The feature is let's have one-on-one strategy so that, right? The question is what's in it for them, right? So that's the answer to that one. And for the last two, the order, I think there was some discrepancy and back and forth on that one as well. So A is the feature, which is ecologically friendly products. And B was keep your home spotless without harsh chemicals, safe for kids and pets. And for the fitness studio, the small class sizes was the feature, and the outcome was get personal attention to reach your fitness goals faster, right? And so this is a small quiz. Don't hate me. I got the answers. But if this exercise, I hope at least what it helps you to do is at least think, am I selling benefits or features, right? How am I talking about it? And the one distinctive element I will go back to is when we're looking at benefits, it's what does that feature, what does that thing do for the customer, right? What is the outcome that they're striving to get in that way? So when we talk about the next half of our time together, really diving a little bit deeper into it, right? So looking at the features and the benefits that we offer. So how to turn features into benefits. So for example, and this is right up your alley. So for example, the example here is a 24/7 customer service, right? So my ask of you all in this time period, so I'm gonna give maybe about 5 minutes for you to work through this for your own business. And I would love to hear what are some of the things that you have on your as part of your value to your customer, features in that way, and then we translate those to what does it mean for the customer. So the ask is to make a list of all of your product or service features. And what I would say, if you're selling multiple products, I oftentimes say go to the product that is or service that has the ability to generate you the most money, right? As a benchmark or a metric point. So focus on one product at a time or one service at a time, but this exercise should be done for everything that you're doing, understanding that each thing that you're selling may offer a unique value to the customer, right? So going through this exercise is really important. So step one, list all of your features. Step two is to ask, so what? Or what does it matter to my customers, right? I have this feature, and the example here is so that they can get help at any time. And Anne, you fully said that as well, even after hours, and never lose a sale. So this is a customer service support line. Yours is for legal, so that they never, feel alone if a legal issue or something like that comes up. So the next phase of that, phase your benefits as a customer outcome, right? So what does it mean for the customer? So to be able to never worry about downtime, we're always here to help, right? Like that's what ultimately the customer cares about. So I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to just start working through this, make a list of your features, ask the question, so what, and then refine it. How could I tell the customer this in an effective way? So 5 minutes starts now. And I'm here to answer any questions as you're working through it as well. But this is your time to get some work done, right? Not only working in the business, but working on the business. And I'd love to hear what you come up with, right? So side by side, this is the feature, this is the benefit, right? And how would you tell the customer the benefit? So Ryan, the last point here is what you'd actually put in your messaging and on your website, right? Never worry about downtime because we're always here to help, right? So which is really good if you have that ability to offer that type of service. So quick. So quick question. Are you all able to see the screen that's being shared right now? Yes? Can you hear me?
It says how to turn benefits into features, or
Okay,
features into
awesome.
benefits. Yeah.
Yes, and what about the screen that Richie is sharing? Can you see that one as well, Ryan? Is it done in reverse?
Still seeing the same one.
Okay,
How to turn features into benefits.
yeah. No, but you're not seeing it reverse, right? You're seeing it like normal?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's
Normal.
you see it reverse.
Oh.
I don't see it reverse.
Yeah, so we're good. We're good. Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah, it's correct. Oh, I don't know how it does. Okay. Let me get that. We have about 1 more minute. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing for now. I'm gonna come on camera this way so that I can see everyone. Yeah, let's just have a quick conversation about what you worked on. So who would like to go first in terms of sharing a list of their features? We can go feature, benefit, and how you will work on that messaging to your client. Who would like to start? Don't all jump at once, people. I don't want to be that person that calls people out, but I see some new people on the chat. Brenda, let's start with you. What is the product or service that you're offering? What are the features? And what are the benefits?
Oh, I'm still writing, but I just wrote so far.
Okay.
One of my
tell-
features.
Yeah, tell us one. I know, honestly, if you do this exercise, you could probably fill a page, right? So let's go with the first two, Brenda, and then we'll go to someone else.
Personalized. Well, actually, I go to a lot of benefits instead. So I go to the one I want to share right now for benefits is personalized. It's for French, so French tutoring. A personalized session, one-to-one session with tutor. You know, and then the other one that I wrote,
A feature, and what's the benefit of that?
it's
Oh, you're muted. Oh, you're muted.
sorry. So the French as a second language, but it's kind of both of them sound like benefit.
Sorry, I didn't hear your, so I think
the first one, like what I said, is a personalized classes.
Yes.
With one-to-one tutoring sessions.
Yes.
But then the other one I said that it's French as a second language opportunities for development in career. So I don't know if that is a feature or I think it's a benefit. I would again.
Yeah, so the first one I would say if you're offering personalized service, the feature is that, sorry, the benefit to that could be being able to learn at your own pace, you know, in a safe, convenient manner. I don't know if it's in your home on Zoom, but you would want to consider with that one specifically, personalized lessons. What does that afford the person, right? So maybe it might be a little more costly versus personalized versus group. I don't know if you do both.
Yes, it's costly than group.
Yeah, so it's you're paying the premium so that you can have the liberties that you need, right? Basically, you want to find that tying what's in it for them, right? And then the second one around, you know, to say that one of our features is that we can help you build a second become more proficient in your second language to be able to enhance your career option and stuff like that. For me, sounds like a feature.
Build a proficiency, you know, in language for career development, so like that.
Yeah, so exactly. So I think you kind of said it in one and the same. So the outcome is, hey, proficiency for career enhancement, you know, that would the outcome, hey, let's get on French classes so that you can achieve higher career opportunities in that way, right? So I think that would be a good one. Obviously, on spur of the moment, need some finessing, but I think those two examples would be good. And honestly, going through that exercise, you want to keep going down the list and refining the what's in it for them. So the thing that I would invite all of us as entrepreneurs, if you have clients that you have a good relationship and rapport with, share with them the features, share with them the benefits, and hear what they say as well. Before you share, ask them, what do you think are some of the benefits of working with me? Let them tell you in their own words. That's even more impactful, right? So then you're able to really understand their language, how they're saying it, to be able to share that online as well. Thanks, Brenda. I'll take one more. I saw someone put something in the chat. KC, sorry, CK. Thank you. For hello everyone. My greeting card company. 2 feature products are 10 packs, 20 packs. Benefits. Yeah, is the convenience of grabbing a card from a box. Either is that share? And yes, it is true. Share is if that's you. I love your cards. I don't know if that's share, but my mom comes to me sometimes and like, do you have a card? I'm like, yes, I do. So thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else? I'll take one more before we move to the last section of our time together.
Okay, I have some here.
Go for it.
It's Anne. So because I do mediation and advocacy as well, so the first one is the benefit. You have someone to count on, and then good friend on hand. The second one, Ben, of course, it's a feature. All these are features, and then I say the benefit. We're here for you. And the next section, we got you, right? Underneath their support is at all levels. The final one is a benefit. A staff is here with you all the way, no matter what level, no matter what they need. There's always a staff person that goes through, whether it's a mediation, whether it's an advocacy thing, there's always someone there with them because sometimes we're dealing with young people and they need us to hold their hand through the whole process, all levels.
Hey, I love that, and thanks so much for sharing. So one of the things that to simplify the benefit for that last one in particular is so you never have to do it alone, right? You just telling them, as you said, there's someone with you at every level. That's great, but why is that important? Right? People are feeling lonely. People are feeling isolated. People are feeling intimidated. People are feeling however they're feeling. So to go like to be able to, how do they say, to find out the the root of a problem, ask the question why 5 times and see what comes out. But why are they wanting someone to hold their hand, right? Like, why are they wanting to know that they can call at any point in time? So those are really good. I would just invite you, let's go deeper. And this is where it goes back to one of the initial slide. Oftentimes the benefits are tied to an emotion, right? So what is that emotion? What is that feeling that you want people to get after having worked with you, right? So the saying is people buy off of emotions. They make logical decisions as well, and fear is one of those biggest drivers of emotions, right? So considering, hey, if in your situation, what are the fears? And those are the things we want to be speaking to in our campaigns and our messaging on social, even on our website, depending on how you use it. But if we can get to the heart of the matter, it's really important.
Right, thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for sharing. So my last slide, and I will go and I will share my screen again. Really, it's putting these elements together in this way, right? Being able to look at the feature, so what it does, and again, the ask here is for you to be able to write them all down. And what you will find is that you're looking for content for social media, you could leverage this, right? Because one of the things we want to talk about is our product or service in a way that it's not boring or in a way that it doesn't connect. By getting to this emotional trigger piece, that's what matters. I'll ask you, what was the last item you bought? Was it bought off of emotions? You know, like sometimes we're like, oh, I see that. Wow. Ooh, it'll give me, right? And so most of us are emotional buyers. I don't know if guys go through the same thing. Like I've seen my dad shop and he's like, I just want a shirt. Give me a shirt. Yeah, like, you know, the functional thing. The shirt will cover my body. It fits. Thank you very much, right? Versus, you know, how sometimes women we shop as well. But the goal here is understanding all of the features of the product or service, right? And remember, this is not a one size fit all. I meet a lot of entrepreneurs and you want to sell your whole brand in one conversation. I can do this, I can do this, I can do that. That is not a good strategy. Again, my point is, and so I think it was Anne, you said you do remediation and advocacy, correct? Is that what I heard? And just to put you on the spot. And are you able to unmute? If you're talking, you're muted. You said you do. I can't remember fully. If anybody else could remember what she said specifically, those two words. So for me, hearing those two words, it sounds like two different entities of what you do as a brand, right? What I will suggest to you, a way that you can enhance your customer experience, evaluate over the last, 2 to 3, 5+ months, which service or which thing did people come through the door most for? Was it remediation? Was it for advocacy? If they came through the door for one thing, I would say build a campaign just to talk about that one thing versus talking about both as well, right? The beautiful thing is you probably know this based on your practice. When someone comes in the door for one thing, guess what? You could upsell them or cross-sell them into something else that you're already offering. But to go to the marketplace and list all of the 10+ things that you're doing, it causes confusion to your brand.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't unmute. I was having trouble with my phone. It is mediation and advocacy. So once we do, just to highlight, once we go through mediation, because we just had a big mediation piece. So once we did this big mediation with this big grocery store, we did the mediation, then I had to go into advocacy because there was lots of right within the same process, right? Because the individual person had a union and the union wasn't working in their benefit and was a younger person. So everything had to be like all into one ball because we have to escalate to the higher levels of that organization for the mediation to be reconsidered, and then the advocacy had to advocate on their behalf because the union wasn't doing their job. So it was very complicated. So sometimes, we have to do like a 2-in-1, sometimes even a 3-in-1. It depends on what type of support does that person have and what are they getting, union, non-union. If they're union, it gets complicated. Non-union, a little more simpler. So we go in according to what piece is needed for the individual person. So we kind of tailor our service to the individual person's need at that particular time. Or even when we get into it, we may have to add a service just because it's not there for that individual person. Just to clarify a little bit in regards to the advocacy. Sometimes it's just advocacy. Sometimes it's both together just because the parts are not, fully balanced, so to speak.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Yes, cool. Testing.
Someone's echoing.
Yeah. Sorry, it was me. Oh, and there I go again. Yes, it was me. But thanks, Anne, for sharing that. And I love that you clarified as well. Yes, so having known your customers, you're saying, hey, there are people I can do a bundle offer to them to showcase them the full breadth of our work. And that's important as well. If the vast majority of your people are just getting one, it's okay to do a campaign and marketing for that one as well. But I love what you just shared. It is and make sure you have that on your website. I'm sure it's there, customizable, right? Like it is a personalized service in that way. It is not cookie cutter, but here's the breadth of things that we can do for you. Sometimes, and your business, the nature of your business might be a little bit different. But sometimes when business owners show up to a customer and they try to offload everything, that is a very overwhelming experience for folks as well. And so now the question begins, even for that person who is experiencing this need, I need all of your service. Is there a way that you ease them into it? Because I don't know if you're like me, but content overload is a real thing. People check out, people, don't engage the same way. So it is our responsibility as well to break down that experience, and we'll get into experience in one of that delivery component in one of our next sessions. So after we've listed out all of the features, we want to be able to look at the advantage, right? How does it help? Because it helps to break down and takes us on this journey to clarify even further the benefits and tie it to some messaging that helps us convert, right? So looking at how it helps, it is tied to the advantage. Sometimes we ask ourselves the question, what is our competitive advantage, right? Sometimes, and we know most of us, if not all of us, are in pretty competitive markets, but we have to figure out that piece of the distinction, right? And here the question comes internalizing. Sometimes we're looking out, but how does this thing truly help somebody, right? What is the difference it's making? Once we have that level of clarity, we could then say, so that relating to the outcomes, that is able to, as I said, outcomes sometimes are not tangible, right? That person that Anne was referring to, hey, I just need peace of mind. I need to know that I'm safe. I need to know that I'm not going to get sued. I need to know that I'm good, right? Can somebody just help me make sure that I'm good? And then being able to tie your messaging to an emotional, to a feeling or desire that people want to experience. So down below, there's just some examples here. A feature, lightweight laptop, the advantage, easy to carry anywhere. And we like to talk about the advantages as well. Benefits, so you can work anywhere comfortably. And the emotional triggers is the freedom and flexibility, right? As an example. And then polarized sunglasses reduces the glare of eye strain, see clearly even in bright sunlight, and confidence and comfort. So can you think the exercise we just went through, what would you say is that emotion, right? And that's the piece that we really want to answer for as we're thinking through the features and benefits section. And you will have access to this deck as well. And that concludes our Yes. Yeah, thank you to everyone. That concludes our benefits and features. If anyone has any questions or concerns or thoughts, ideas around benefits and features, we're definitely here a few more minutes before we hop off. Alternatively, you will be getting a follow-up from us with the handouts and things so that you can ultimately know the difference between the benefits and the feature. And the encouragement is to use the benefit in your marketing, right? As you're progressing in your business. If you're looking for content, that activity would be a really good one that you can do and then use in your marketing. So thank you everybody for coming today, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you. See you
Have
tomorrow.
a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.